There's really just one strategy you need to find the x and y intercepts for any equation. Let's start with linear equations in standard form. Since x-intercepts and y-intercepts are points that are right on the axes, they always have 0 for one coordinate. To find the x-intercepts, let y be 0. In standard form, when you let y be 0, this entire term goes away because it's equal to 0. So you solve for x, and you get x equals 6. There is x equals 6. Now let's do the same thing to find the y-intercept. Let x be 0, which wipes out that entire term, and solve for y, so y equals -3. And there's -3 on the y-axis. Since it's linear, you could just connect those with a straight line to get the graph. One pattern that pops up pretty frequently in linear programming is a sum of x and y equal to a constant. So it's good to recognize this pattern right away. If you think about the method we just used, whether you plug in 0 for x or for y, you're going to get 5 for the intercepts. So they're both at +5. This makes a line with a slope of -1 that crosses over quadrant 1. Now, especially in linear programming where we often only have positive values and we're limited to quadrant 1, it's good to recognize what that line is going to look like. So when you get a sum equal to a constant, that defines both of the intercepts pretty quickly if you recognize the pattern. Let's look at quadratics. We're going to follow the same general strategy. So to find the y-intercept, we're going to plug in x equals 0, and we end up getting y is equal to -18. That's the point 0, -18. To find the x-intercepts, you let y be 0. You may get 1, 2, or no x-intercepts. So let's solve and see what we get for this one. If you can factor, that's the way to go. In this case, 3 times -6 makes -18, and 3 plus -6 is -3x. So these are our factors. Now we use the zero product property. If two factors multiply together to give you 0, then if either factor equals 0, this is a true statement. So we solve for either case. Either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 6 equals 0. This gives us two solutions. Those are the points -3, 0 and 6, 0. And those are our x-intercepts. That's how you find the x-intercepts if it's factorable. If it's not factorable, just use the quadratic formula to find your solutions. So from that example, we can tell that polynomials in any factored form give us a list of x-intercepts that go with these binomials. Every binomial gives you an x-intercept, and there's your 3 x-intercepts. For this equation, to calculate the y-intercept, we plug in zeros into all the x's. If we find the product of all those parts, we get 12. So the y-intercept is at 0, 12. And those are the basics for the general strategy for finding the x and y intercepts. Now go try some.